Hi, today I'm going to go over how to make these amazing soft sugar cookies. Your family will love them. They're so soft and they taste like they're from a bakery, but you can make them right at home. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is get 1 cup of butter, and I'm using salted butter, and 1 1/2 cup of sugar. And we're just going to want to mix that together really well. I've sped this up quite a bit so we can get through it quickly. This actually takes a little while to make. Then we're going to add 2 eggs and a teaspoon of vanilla. And again, mix that together really well. Then we're going to add a cup of sour cream. So this is just regular sour cream. It's not fat-free or anything like that. Sounds crazy, but I promise, I think this is what makes them soft, and you don't taste the sour cream in the end result. So make sure to scrape the bowl really well from time to time just to make sure everything gets mixed in. Okay, I'm going to switch to the flat beater now. And I've taken 5 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a little bit of salt. I've sifted that all together, and I'm going to add it gradually to the bowl and mix it in. I'm just putting in like 1 cup at a time, mixing it, then adding another cup. That's just so you don't get a big cloud of flour flying out of your bowl while you're mixing it up. When you get to about, when you get ready to put in your 4th cup, you're going to want to switch to your dough hook just to make it a little easier. This is a KitchenAid, by the way. I guess I should have mentioned that. It's important to keep scraping the sides of the bowl. Okay, once you get it all finished and mixed up, you want to cover it and set it in the fridge for an hour or 2, or even overnight, just to chill. And then we're going to get it out after that time has passed, and we want to get a little bit of the dough and put it on a floured cutting board or floured surface or baker's mat, or what are they called? Pastry mat. That's the word I was trying to find. We just want to roll that out with a lightly floured rolling pin. And you want to roll it to about 1/4 of an inch to 1/3 of an inch. They actually get pretty thick, so even though we're cutting it at such a small level, it will grow to 2 or 3 times the height. And I've just covered a cookie sheet with parchment paper, and I'm just going to place the cutouts on that. And then you just keep rolling and cookie cutting until you've gone through the whole bowl of dough, and there's quite a bit. It makes a lot of cookies. And then you want to bake it in the oven at 350 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes. You'll have to kind of play with that. Every oven's different. So for me, it only takes 8 minutes. It might take yours a little longer, just depending. Now I'm going to go and make some royal icing. And I start off with egg whites, about 4 tablespoons of egg whites, a little bit of almond extract. You could use vanilla if you'd like, or really any flavor. My mom used to put orange flavoring in it around Halloween. It was really good. And then about 4 cups of powdered sugar. And the end result, sometimes you'll have to put a little more powdered sugar. Sometimes you'll have to put a little bit of maybe water to it to make it the right consistency. We want it to be kind of thick because we're going to actually use this to pipe around the edge of the cookie. And every time I make it, I can put the same ingredients every time, and it always turns out different. Sometimes it'll be a little thicker, sometimes a little too thin. So I don't know why, but that's just how it is. Okay, we'll get this all mixed up really well. And that's what it looks like when it's ready. And for the royal icing, since it's kind of thinner, I like to just use a baggie and just put it in a cup and roll it around the edges and then just fill it up with a couple spoonfuls of. Since we're just using this to pipe around the edges, we don't need a lot because it's just a thin little line around the edge of the cookie. So this much should be plenty for what we need to do. I'm also going to do some that are red, so we just nip off the little edge of the corner of the bag, and you don't want to cut too much off because you don't want it to be too thick of an outline, so you might need to play with that too. And then you just carefully go around the outside edge of the cookie. You can do different designs. I'm just doing the whole cookie one color, so I'm just going around the outside edge. You could do like half and half red and half white if you wanted. You can get pretty creative with it. Now I'm taking some of the original icing and putting it in a separate bowl and adding a little bit of water to it, like a tablespoon at a time, until I get it kind of runny. This is what I'm going to use to flood the cookies with, so it'll be kind of it needs to be kind of runny so it can run to the outside edges of the cookie. And in the original bowl, I'm going to add some food coloring because I'm going to do some of my cookies red. And I didn't put enough red in the first place, so I need to put more in. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the red icing. I'm just going to put a little bit in a baggie. And these are just the little sandwich baggies. Okay, now we're going to take our white one and this is called flooding. We're just going to flood the inside of the cookie with this runnier icing. I'm going to take a toothpick and push the icing to the outside edge that we made before, just to make sure there's no gaps or anything. And then you just kind of tilt the cookie from one side to the other to let it kind of smooth out. I'm going to do a couple more of these really quick just to show you more. And this icing sets up really fast. Like I'd say within a minute it'll be kind of a crust on it. Now we're going to make buttercream frosting, and I'm starting with a cup of butter and 4 cups of powdered sugar. Just mix it really well. It'll kind of look crumbly, kind of. When it gets to look crumbly like that, then you need to add a little bit of heavy whipping cream, like a tablespoon at a time, until it gets to the right consistency. And you want it to be kind of thick, but not too thick. You have to use your own judgment on it. I'm just going to make pink icing with this, with the buttercream. And I'm going to use this in my frosting gun to make cute little designs on the cookies that we already put the royal icing on. I'm going to use this to go around the edges of those. See, it really adds to it. They turn out like they just came from the bakery, and you can do this at home, so it's pretty cool. This buttercream frosting doesn't harden up as much as the royal icing, so when you do this, it's hard to like stack them on top of each other. because it'll smash the icing. There you have it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will be doing more how-to videos coming up, so I hope to talk to you soon. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.